Shall we wait? I will start presentation and we'll wait for last 2 minutes. Otherwise, we will start the lecture. Okay. Before that, let me know whether all of you have submitted your ISC papers. Whether all of you have submitted your ISC papers. Because today I am going to close the portal. Yesterday I have received some requests from the students that we are not able to upload because of the network issue. So I kept open. So today at 4 p.m. after this lecture, I will close. If you or your friends yet have not uploaded, you are requested to upload it because I am going to close the link. Okay. So I hope you are able to see the presentation. Okay, now till the last lecture we have studied about the how to give the treatment by using the composting method and by using the incineration method and by using the pyrolysis method. Composting method is it can be proposed in anaerobic condition as well as in aerobic condition. Incineration is the thermostat method, as well as pyrolysis is also temperature dependent method. Okay, so that we have discussed till the last lecture. Now we will see about the density, how to find the density of solid waste. So before the finding how to find the density of solid waste, I would like to tell you why we need to find the density of solid waste. Okay, how to find the density for the usual parameter, we are well aware about that, is it? But for some of the times we are not for such type of waste that is which is not having a proper shape or which we cannot be filled in a particular uh, what we can say a container. At that time we need to apply some techniques to find out the density, is it? So density is as a critical in the design of sanitary landfill, as it is for the storage, collection and transportation of waste. Efficient operation of a landfill requires compaction of the waste to optimum density after it is placed. Okay, so one thing, first of all, why we should concentrate towards the density of solid waste? Because we need to go for the storage, we have to collect, we have to transport. These are the three main stages in the solid waste management process. If for the storage purpose, we need to go for the compaction. For the collection of waste, if it is compacted one, it will become easy to transport with the less energy, is it? If I have 1000 kg of solid waste and I want to transport as it is, in that case it will take it will require the lot of area, lot of number of vehicles required to transport this type of solid waste will be more. But if we become successful to compact it and then transport, it will be able to carry, that vehicle will be able to carry the most amount of solid waste, is it? So efficient operation of landfill requires compaction. So yet we have not studied about the what is meant by landfill. In the next chapter, I think we are going to study about the landfill. Landfill is nothing but a simple excavation of land and alternate layers of soil and solid waste we can put into this landfill. So what happens whenever you are putting the solid waste, you can consider this layer is the solid waste. Whenever you are putting the solid waste, you should compact it. Otherwise, after less amount of solid waste will be filled into this prescribed dimensions of the landfill. This is one problem. Another problem, if you are not compacting it, immediately it will after few days it will be decomposed, and then there will be a volume reduction automatically. And when there is a volume reduction, you may fall, there is a falling of the soil is found over there. Is it? So that kind of issues will be observed. So that for that purpose, you need to compact it, and for that purpose, you need to know the density of solid waste. Okay, a knowledge of the density of waste, that is the mass, that is its mass per unit volume, that is kg per meter cube, is essential for the design of elements of the solid waste management system, that is for community storage, transportation and disposal. Is it? Then we will see how to find the what is the procedure to measure the density of solid waste. Okay. Density of solid waste materials and apparatus. What type of materials are required? You can take simple container, or I have suggested here a wooden box which is having a definite volume, that is 1 meter cube capacity. Another one wooden box you can take, or you can take another one container. Then you need to have the weighing balance which can measure whatever capacity you affordable to you. You can go for this. Okay, so these three things are required for measuring the density of solid waste. Okay, then we will see what is the procedure. In the procedure part, whatever I discussed just now, that will be included over here. The solid waste should be taken in the small box to give a composite sample from different parts of the heap of the waste, then weighed with the help of spring balance, or whatever the balance you have used. Spring balance works effectively, so I have mentioned here spring balance. So two containers we require. One container which is having the definite shape and size, okay, so which is giving 1 meter cube as a volume or the capacity, and the another container we have taken to collect the sample. We are not supposed to take the sample from one side of the heap. We have to take the samples from the multiple place of the heap, because the solid waste is having heterogeneous characteristics, and at the same time, from the different area, from the different perspective, there will be the collection of material, and because of that it will give a better amount of we will be able to find out the average density. Otherwise it will give the wrong reading if you are taking the solid waste from the one side of the heap. So we have taken another container to collect the solid waste from the different area. Every time you can weigh and put it into the bigger one, or 1 meter cube capacity box, and fill the box up to the mark. So until the box is not getting filled, you should keep on adding the solid waste with the help of another container. Okay, but you should not apply the pressure to add the material. As usual, whatever way it is getting added, you should keep on added into the box. Okay, so this way you can note down the weight of the solid waste and capacity, because you have taken the definite shape and size of the bigger one container, in which you have added the solid waste material. Okay, so the same procedure you can repeat 3 times to take the average. Okay, there may be the mistake, there may be the error. To avoid the error, you can repeat the process 3 times. Thus, the weight of cubic meter is obtained. Okay, so that weight will be the average cubic meter weight. So this procedure you can follow to find out the density of solid waste. You can find out the density of solid waste. Okay, Now, how to calculate the density of solid waste? You people are aware, but still I would like to tell you the total density is calculated by dividing total weight by total volume, which amounts the average density of municipal solid waste. So density is equal to total weight in kg upon total weight volume in meter cube. So this way you can find out the density of solid waste. Okay, now, so before we are going to start how to calculate the moisture content of the solid waste, I request all of you to note down this part, whatever I have shown here about the density, which I have explained now. You are requested to add it in your notebook, please. Go. Are you done? If you are done, we'll go to the next point. Write down this bulk density measurement. So what are the materials and apparatus required to find out the bulk density? Please note down. Okay. Go to the next point. Procedure to find out. Actually, it is quite difficult to get the notes about the solid waste management. There is no specific book. So you are requested to keep on noting down. Procedure. Okay. Okay, this is the procedure. Now write down the formula to how to find out the density of solid waste. Density of solid waste is equal to total weight upon total volume. Weight usually we take into kg and volume in meter cube. Shall we move to the next point? Now we will discuss about how to find out the moisture content. Okay. So the moisture content of solid waste is usually expressed as the weight of moisture per unit weight of wet material. Okay. So the moisture content is equal to wet minus dry weight. Is it? Moisture content of solid waste is usually expressed as the weight of moisture. Okay. Wet minus dry weight is equal to moisture weight upon wet into 100. You will get the moisture content in percentage by using this equation. Okay, then a typical range of moisture content is 20 to 45%, representing the extremes of waste in an arid climate and in the wet season of the region having large precipitation. Values greater than 45% are, however, not uncommon. Moisture increases the weight of solid waste and therefore the cost of collection and transport increasing. Consequently, waste should be insulated from rainfall or other extraneous waste. So again, the issue is with the transportation of solid waste or the collection of solid waste. We saw density because if density we are not taking into consideration, there will not be the compaction, and then less weight will be there, but it will consume large space while carrying in the container. Okay, so same here for the moisture content. If the moisture to the solid waste is more, then in that case there will be the weight will increase. Actually, we are not worrying about the moisture present into the solid waste. Okay, but when we are transporting that waste, at that time we should worry because it is consuming weight. It will increase the weight of solid waste. And usually the weight of solid waste is the moisture content is in the range of 20 to 45%. It is the average. But also there is a possibility to have the more than this because it depends upon the climatic conditions region to region. Okay, so no worry about that part. Okay, now we will see how to find out the moisture content of solid waste. We will solve one example and then we will be able to find out moisture content of the soil. So before that, I request you to note down the formula and the fundamental information about the moisture content. Moisture content is nothing but the percentage of liquid, percentage of water in a solid waste. If it is the solid waste, there should not be the wet, there should not be the liquid. Sometimes it is required for the decomposition. The presence of moisture will be the favorable condition for the decomposition process. But still, if you are thinking to transport the solid waste from one place to another place, that time you should try to remove the moisture content present into the solid waste. Okay, so but at least you should be able to, if it is 25 to 45% in that range, it is okay, you can transport because that much is required. But if it is more than that, in that case you need to remove it. Okay, so please go for this, that how to find out the moisture content formula. Write down this, please. Okay. So write out about the fundamental part of the solid waste. Are you done? Are you done, guys? Okay, now we will see how to find out the density. We will solve the example. Priyanka? Priyanka? Yeah, okay, एक minute तुम्हाला data देते. Okay, एक second. So all the students are requested to note down this problem in your notebook. Please note down this problem. Estimate the moisture content of solid waste sample of 100 kg using the following data. Have you written, guys? Have you written? Okay, last 2 minutes are remaining. So in the next session itself, we will start solving the example. So instead of taking a break into this. So estimate the moisture content of solid waste sample of 100 kg using the following data. Okay, what data is given to you? Serial number, components, different components in a, as we have discussed that solid waste is having a heterogeneous characteristics. Okay, then in the heterogeneous characteristics, there may be food waste, there may be paper waste, cardboards, plastic, grass, wood, metals. So these are the different components included into the solid waste in the given sample. Maybe the some other components in other sample. Okay, in the given sample, these are the different components. Okay, so percentage by weight is given to you here in the next column. Food waste is having 16 kg of weight and 65% of moisture content. MC stands for the moisture content. Okay, so the food waste is having 60%, 65% as a moisture content. So paper 36 weight, 8% moisture content. Then cardboards 5% weight, 5% moisture content. Plastics 10% weight, 2% moisture content. Grass is having 12% weight and 55% moisture content. Wood is having 8% weight and 4% moisture content. Metal is having 13% weight and 3% moisture content. Okay, this is the given data. Now you can find out the moisture content of total solid waste. And the total weight is given to you as a 100 kg. Okay, and if it is not giving, you can assume that the total volume, total weight is given as a 100 kg. If it in some of the cases they may have not mentioned. Okay, if you are not appearing for the offline exam, this type of examples will not be there, but still small MCQ type of questions will be asked on the